Hi, welcome to this video. So, Mars just moved into Taurus around March 9th/10th, just before midnight Pacific time. And with Mars in Taurus, this is an amazing time to get grounded. This is a good time to get practical things taken care of your physical body, taking care of your money, taking care of resources, and maybe even taking some action related to making money. It's also a great time to be very true to your values, and you may feel the need to defend your values at this time. So it's possible that you may encounter a situation where there's an argument around your values or being true to your values in some way. So Venus being in Aries actually makes Mars and Venus in mutual reception right now, because Mars rules Aries and Venus rules Taurus. So with Venus in Aries being retrograde, there's a big focus on self-love, and we have to become more independent at this time, and take care of ourselves more at this time, and be true to ourselves more at this time. So yeah, being true to ourselves and being true to our values is very emphasized right now. So this full moon in Virgo is opposite the stellium in Pisces, which is including, well, okay, so here's the thing. Sun, Mercury, and Chiron are very closely conjunct the sun right now, and that's opposite the moon in Virgo. I did say the sun in Pisces, right? So anyways, all of those planets are in Pisces. Neptune, the sun, Mercury, and Chiron. So Neptune and Mercury and the sun and Chiron are all sextile Pluto. So Neptune is at like 12 degrees of Neptune, or not Neptune, but Pisces, and Mercury, Chiron, and the sun are all between 22 and 24 degrees of Pisces. So they're all within 6 degrees of sextiling Pluto. With this combination, there is an emphasis on collective wounds being healed, being talked about, being consciously brought to awareness, and a strong emphasis on spiritual healing and spiritual transformation. There's a need to really be with your wounds right now, be present with your wounds, and be very aware of what's going on under the surface with yourself, so that transformation can occur, and so that deep healing of the collective can occur for each of us. So as we heal ourselves, all of us become, the whole collective becomes an octave higher in the, vibration, because each of us contributes to the collective vibration. So as we each work on our own healing, it brings collective healing. So that's emphasized right now. And then with this full moon in Virgo happening, opposing all that, of course, it's going to emphasize it even more. And there's this sense of needing to take responsibility more so in your life, and be more aware of what your daily routines are, what you're doing to contribute to the world, and what you're doing as a job or a career could be emphasized in this, and what your individual role is for the betterment of things, for things to get improved in some way. And there could be an emphasis also on health and taking care of yourself physically. And so, yeah, and then the other thing that's going on is that this full moon is also square to Saturn. So it's going to create a T-square with all these planets, with Chiron, Mercury, the sun in Pisces, opposite the moon, and then they're square to Saturn in Sagittarius. So definitely an emphasis on responsibility at this time. There could be a lot of responsibilities weighing on you right now. There could be a lot of pressure going on, outside pressure as well as inside pressure. There's a lot of psychological stuff coming up, as well as outer responsibilities to take care of. And being really aware of what beliefs you're holding right now is important, because beliefs affect our lives, very deeply. What we believe about ourselves and what we believe about the world affects our actions on a day-to-day basis, and that could be emphasized in some way. And yeah, and then also maybe it could be surrounding how we feel about responsibility, and maybe simplifying things more could be a really good idea, and taking things step by step. That's always important when there's a lot of stuff piling up, to just take things one step at a time and be very present and in the moment. And when you think of something, just do it. Don't worry too much about it. Don't let it weigh on you. And yeah. And then there's a couple other aspects with this. There's a bug, sorry. So the moon in Virgo is also in conjunct Uranus and Aries, and then the sun in Pisces is in conjunct Jupiter and Libra. So that emphasis on our relationships could be brought up in some way. There could be a lot of responsibilities around taking care of ourselves, and then also this need for being nurturing, in our relationships as well. So the sun in Pisces in conjunct Jupiter is bringing this maybe blind spot when it comes to how others are feeling, or maybe a need to be more caring towards yourself in a situation. Maybe you're being overly giving towards others, or maybe you're not getting enough in the relationship. And then the moon in conjunct Uranus is this emphasis on, okay, what responsibilities do I need to take care of, and how can I take care of myself better, and also how can my daily life reflect the need for freedom that I have, that kind of feeling. So there's a lot of stuff coming up for us with this full moon, especially around your daily life and how you can make it more optimized for your own growth and for your own self-care, as well as the people in your life. So there's kind of maybe a lot of things that you're needing to juggle at this time. And then Mercury moves into Aries on March 13th, and when Mercury's in Aries, it's much easier to be true to yourself in conversations. You might be more honest in your communication. Now, it can be possible to be a bit too blunt sometimes, so it's important to be mindful of how you say things, because we may, say too much all at once, or maybe everything comes out in a way that you didn't mean, but it was just really maybe harsh, when you communicate something that's true, but it's really harsh how you said it, or you might be more impulsive in how you say things instead of kind of thinking things through before saying them. You just kind of blurt things out, and then you're like, wow, that was kind of harsh, I should not have said it that way, or something like that. That kind of feeling could happen. But it's good for being very self-aware. Maybe you could be even self-conscious, possibly. That's another thing that could be a problem. But just being more expressive of yourself and who you are, that could really come forward in a more obvious way. And then Mars in Taurus trines the North Node in Virgo and sextiles the South Node, there's crows yelling at me right now, in Pisces. So this is a great time to take actions on the responsibilities you feel towards moving towards an evolutionary state. So with the North Node being in Virgo, there's a sense of responsibility of moving towards moving humanity forward, especially an emphasis on individual responsibility towards the collective at this time. And so practical steps can be taken right now towards moving the collective forward in some way, especially when it comes to health, or just really taking care of your daily life in a more, you know, simplified way is really what the goal is with Virgo. Because sometimes, I mean, one of the issues with Virgo is that it can be very complex. It can overcomplicate matters at times. But it's also very good at simplifying complex matters. So if things are getting too complex at this time, it's going to be helpful for hopefully simplifying things. Just keep that in mind, and being present is extremely important. And if you need to, making lists and taking actions one step at a time, that can be very helpful with these Virgoan energies. Sorry, there's like mosquitoes coming out now. Definitely just taking things one step at a time, but definitely moving one step at a time towards a better situation of simplification and daily steps towards whatever it is you're really aiming towards. So, the Sun will conjunct Chiron exactly on March 14th. Of course, I already kind of talked about this, so it's a focus on self-healing and towards the goal of helping the whole collective heal, and maybe even helping others heal as well. Maybe by sharing your own stories, it can be helpful to others for healing as well. And then the Sun in Pisces square Saturn happens exactly on March 17th, and that was, you know, an emphasis. Well, there could be another thing that could be brought up with this square is balancing your tendencies towards escapism and the responsibilities that you need to take care of. And there could also be this emphasis around beliefs and being responsible when it comes to what beliefs you're carrying around with you. Because the thing is with beliefs is not only does it affect you, but it can affect the people around you depending on what actions you decide to take around your beliefs. So just, and not being too rigid. It's important to be less rigid during this time of change. There's so much change happening, and beliefs can be one of the things that are definitely changing right now. And being too rigid can maybe just cause this like a sort of a restrictive energy around your, just your energy in general. And so, just being aware of what they are, and being open to other possibilities, and being open-minded is just always an important thing. And then Mercury will conjunct Venus, which is retrograde, in Aries on March 18th. Having conversations that might be long overdue in your relationship is a great idea. And a lot of the things that are communicated could be something that you've discovered from within yourself during this time of self-reflection and self-love. And it could even be that you talk to old friends or lovers or people from the past, one-on-one situations from the past, partnerships from the past, even open enemies. It could be a time of forgiving an enemy, or asking for forgiveness even from an enemy. So this is a time to have conversations to tie up old loose ends in relationships in some way. And healing and love could be the result. Now then, on March 20th, the Sun moves into Aries. This is great, spring. Spring is here again. We will have more energy to get stuff done. We'll feel better. We'll feel that restlessness that comes with spring. So it's a great idea to get outside and get exercise and stay active and keep the energies moving, stay grounded, and just be true to yourself There may be more focus on yourself, maybe just being more impulsive might happen, more impulsiveness could occur, and just, could be more blunt, but you're able to be more yourself, so that's always good. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe and comment and share. I appreciate it very much. Have an awesome time.